2. How is everybody? Good to see all of you. Yes, got some claps. I am excited about today. We're going to specialize knowledge. Who's read or has access to the book? By show of hands. Okay, got hands. Good. Good there. Okay. Good. Okay, Melissa as well. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, let's everyone go to specialized knowledge chapter. And I want you to pick out for me your favorite quotes in the chapter. Let's start there first. Specialized knowledge and your favorite quotes. Okay, we got Deanna going first.
My favorite one was knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when and if it is organized into definite plans of action and directed to a definite end.
She broke up? Okay, repeat it.
Okay, my favorite quote in the book was, knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when and if it is organized into definite plans of action and directed to a definite end. It's my favorite one because we always say knowledge is power, knowledge is power, knowledge is power. To me, this one tells you exactly what to do with the knowledge to make it power.
That is correct. And I saw Carol got excited when you read that. So I'm going to get Carol to comment on that one too. Go ahead, Carol, unmute, and let's see what you have to say about that as well. Add some more value there. Oh, I think I can unmute you. You got it.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah, I was just, the reason why that resonated with me is because of something that happened to me today, actually. So when she said that and I was looking at that, I'm like, yeah, that's one of the things that I would talk about right now. And it's just meeting someone for one reason, and then all of a sudden, something happens. Something happens because the connection happened. So there's a potential every day of your life for something to be able to happen. And it's when you make that connection with that desire, with that fulfillment that you feel inside when you're talking about the subject matter, that makes things actually flow. Because I could have just sat there and just had a simple conversation with this individual, or I could have exploded with ecstasy because of the conversation and made a connection, which gave me some more information for what I have to do for Friday. So, with Michelle. So I get excited about that because I'm starting to see things happen right in front of me. And they're little, minute things that have a power pack behind it that is so solid. But you don't really know it until you're really focusing on things like this and reading the material and having a mastermind together and other people talking about it and pushing us like you did and made my tummy sick the other day. But I was like, oh no, I gotta do what? But it got me out there. And you know, the funny thing is, if you didn't do that, I would not have had that meeting today.
Good.
If I didn't have that meeting today, I would not have found places in Sarasota that I did not know existed, so that I can have connections other than the ones I thought about. So that's why it's like, you know, I just think that there's potential out here. And it's
absolutely
in the ether, and it's waiting for that connection, the energy boost to come and, you know, hit. And there's something that happened last night, and I don't even know how to explain it. I think I have Martians or something up here somewhere in Sarasota. But at night, sometimes, and it doesn't always happen, there's these lights that go off in the sky. And it looks like lightning lights, but they're colorful and there's no sound to them. And I was just thinking, I said, you know what? I said, it's probably some kind of electrical something that goes on like that. But I said, if that power is there and you can't even hear it, then there is energy power everywhere. So we don't have to hear it. We just have to believe it and know that there's the potential for it to happen, and have the faith to keep going with whatever we're doing and don't give up. And that's where I'm at today. So.
And that's a very good place to be. You touched on a lot of things. You're even getting clapped from Michael Tate and others. That's a very good place to be. First of all, congratulations for overcoming your fear when I made your stomach hurt. You're having a good time. Yes. A great job in the mastermind group. So that works there. I can't wait. I'm sure Gladys has already watched what happened. So she has her stomach hurting too, but she's ready. She's on fire. You also pointed out that when you say energy a lot, you pointed out about how it's potential. And the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, everything is energy. Nothing else exists but energy. Matter. Now, you don't get to disagree with this because Einstein already proved it, okay? Einstein proved it with the whole E equals MC squared, okay? Matter is only energy collected in one place over and over, and then it becomes mass. Therefore, your watch is matter. Your body, your watch is energy. Your body's energy. Everything's energy. So when it comes to specialized knowledge, as Carol was just defining it, which was very accurate, potential knowledge is simply energy not doing anything. Specified knowledge is energy doing something in a specific area, becoming something useful. So good job there. Okay, let's finish. If you have your books in front of you, let's finish reading. Highlight your quotes, your favorite things from the book. That was just one quote. Deanna picked up about the difference between specialized knowledge and knowledge is not power. And then Kara had something to say. Let's pick someone else. Who among thee? And I'm looking at everybody. Everybody, all of y'all have curls, and they're all popping. I am looking at them. Look, I see Gladys got the curls popping. Chantel has them popping and drooping down or something. I don't really know how to describe it. Tempest has the big and flare. Robin has them dangling in front of her eye like Aaliyah. Y'all might be too young for Aaliyah. Y'all might be too young for that. Deanna has hers. I see y'all. Okay. Who's reading? Who's reciting a quote? Quote from, this is the fourth key to Think and Grow Rich, but in some books it may be chapter 5, some it may be chapter 4. Who has a quote? Okay, you ready? Tempest has a quote. Go ahead, Tempest.
Somewhere in the middle of the chapter, if you're in this book, it's on page 86 at the bottom. It says, the person who stops studying merely because they have finished school is forever hopelessly doomed to mediocrity, no matter what their calling. The way of success is the way of continuous pursuit of knowledge. And that stuck out to me because I know a lot of people who don't move forward. They think I graduated, I got a degree, and I'm good. And I am a firm believer, if you're not growing, you're not living. So every day, whether it's something outrageous or not, I try to learn something to keep my mind fresh, to keep my mind growing. And I think a lot of us stay stuck in poverty because we don't read, we don't study, we don't want more information, and we get stuck in our ways, we get comfortable, and we stay the same instead of growing, and we end up dying. A plant that's not growing is dead, and we are plants, we are seeds, everything is a seed. We're not growing if we're not learning anything. So that stuck out to me a lot because I know a lot of people, as Shannon says, are the walking dead because they refuse to learn anything new.
A plant that's not growing is dead. Wow. Anything not growing is dead. Anything. Okay, so we got that quote. There's a lot there. Let us see if we can unpack a few things. Who would like to unpack something about what she just said? Okay, go ahead, Carol.
And then on another part of it, same thing that you were talking about, Tempest, it says, this missing.
Hold on, Carol, you muted yourself by accident. There you go. You guys, uh-oh. Okay, you got to unmute yourself again. There you go. Oh. Yeah, you got to hit it twice, so you got a malfunction going on your end. Because it's not letting me unmute you. Yeah, we still can't hear you. You're still muted. Yeah, still, you, okay, now you're unmuted.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
So it says, this missing link in all systems of education known to civilization today may be found in the failure of educational institutions to teach their students how to organize and use knowledge after they acquire it. So it's also stating that, okay, they can have this knowledge and they come away with all this stuff, but if they don't know how to use it, it's not going to work anyway. So they still need to know how to work the energy, how desire and how thought works. So you got a lot of knowledge in the brain, but it's just going to sit there like a pile of mud until somebody walks in and slaps it with some pair of boots and shakes it up. And I think that is what's missing in the school systems. Nobody's taught to use their power that they have. You can have smarts and education and all these other, beautiful things, but they're going to sit there unless you know what to do with it. So that's what I like, that piece of it in the book, which goes with what Tempest was saying.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, that's powerful. I completely agree. Completely agree. Okay, let's pick another quote. Somebody pick a passage from the book. Passage from the book, this chapter. Let's see what else stuck out to us.
Okay, so I'll go.
Okay.
This is under, I have the different versions. I'm not sure if it's the same page, but in my book it's on page 127 under the section called Make Dissatisfaction Work for You. And it says, one of the major points I am trying to emphasize through this entire philosophy is that we rise to high positions or remain at the bottom because of conditions we can control if we desire to control them. So to me, that just speaks to basically the power is in your hand. And so whether you, like it says, rise to the top in your organization, in your industry, in your business, versus if you're at the bottom, all of that is determined. You get to control that. And so at the end of the day, you have no one to look to but yourself as to why you are or aren't doing well. So just, I think a lot of people, they like to say, well, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that. Conditions aren't right. I didn't get this, I didn't get the next. But it's all about being resourceful and making sure that you, even if you don't have what you need, you go out and you find it.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I blame myself for everything. I get into a car accident, I'll just assume I didn't leave early enough. I blame myself for everything. Even if I'm wrong, it is far better to take credit and take responsibility for my own life than to expect some outside source or some parent to make my life better. I'll say that again. I take responsibility for my own life. Nothing external lends me to my happiness. Now, some of y'all would have heard God. That's cool. Some of you would have heard your wife, your husband. That's also cool. Nothing outside of me will take responsibility for me. And anyone who's ever changed the world, they've taken responsibility for their own selves. Our religious organizations, our jobs, every area of life has been permeated and infiltrated by people who don't want to take responsibility for their life. You are overweight because that was a choice. That's it. It wasn't the big choices. You ate a hamburger 1,000 times. It was 1,000 little choices that did that. It wasn't, you didn't make a decision, ooh, I'm gonna eat this hamburger. And then boom, nope, that ain't the way it worked. It's not the way it worked. It's not. If you're physically fit, that's a choice. That's your fault. Good job, right? That's a good your fault. No matter what you have to do is take responsibility for your life. Period. So I completely agree with that. You can control these circumstances. And then when you apply specialized knowledge, that's how you control it. It's hard to control things when you're ignorant of these things existing. Why am I not in jail? Because I am aware that it exists. Therefore, I control my ability not to go to jail. Common sense. Since I am aware that prisons exist and laws exist, I control my behavior as not to go to prison. Okay? Let's change the P word of prison to another P word of poverty. And I'll say the same thing. Since I am aware that poverty exists, I control my decisions as not to go to poverty. Some of you were readily able to accept that for prison, but you can't quite accept it for poverty. Prison is simply an extension of poverty for those who are incarcerated. For those who own it, it's an extension of prosperity. Sweet. Let me read a quote now. Gladys was on page 92 in our book, or I don't want to say our book, but in this modernized book. If it's found that and point that out. I'll be on page 84. For anyone else, the subtitle would be, It Pays to Know How to Purchase Knowledge. That's the subtitle I am under. It pays to know how to purchase knowledge. I gave you a frame of reference, letting you know that Gladys was on page 92, and we're going backwards about 10 pages or maybe 8 pages. Okay? And there's a paragraph, and then there's an A, B, C, D, E, and I want to go right under that A, B, C, D, E to the ensuing paragraph. It reads as follows. As knowledge is acquired, okay? Stop right there. He is not yet talking about specialized knowledge. He is saying as knowledge is acquired, now we'll get to the specialized part. It must be organized and put into use. So if you want, put number 1, organize. Number 2, put into use. Number 3, for a definite purpose. Number 4, through practical plans. The full sentence reads without interruption, as knowledge is acquired, it must be organized and put into use for a definite purpose through practical plans. Interrupting myself, dissecting this sentence. It must be organized, put into use for a definite purpose through practical plans. Here we're going to dissect this here very well and even pay attention to the prepositions. What I just showed you is, I didn't make this up. Napoleon Hill just answered your question. Well, how do I get specialized knowledge? How do I take my general knowledge and make it specialized knowledge? If you didn't have that question, congratulations, you already knew it. If you didn't have that question, congratulations, you didn't know it, so you know it now. Either way, it's a congratulations. It gives you 4 steps to specialize your knowledge. Step number 1 is it got to be organized. When everybody was talking about energy, when I was talking about energy, how energy is matter, how matter is energy collected over one point at one time, then it becomes mass. That is E equals MC squared. That is physics. We don't get to disagree with this, okay? That being said, when you take energy, is everybody hearing me? And organize it, you start wielding the great power of this universe. You see this in track. In track, when a person first starts running a track, they run like this, all over the place. Then the coach organizes that energy and makes them run towards the finish line. That gave me chills because y'all didn't catch me, but since I'm a nerd, I understand what I just said, okay? The only point of the track runner is to run towards the finish line. But when you run untrained, your energy is going everywhere and not directed at the finish line, and only a certain percentage, maybe 5%, is actually towards the finish line. Therefore, by scientific default, by the formula of acceleration, that runner must be slowed down. Okay, all right, Michael Tay got it. Okay, when you doing all this, it looks cool. Look at it, I can do it with a rhythm. Looks cool. Look, you know, to the hip, tip, hop. I'm sorry, I went to the 80s, but it looks. But the energy isn't organized to the finish line. Now, the coach doesn't teach you how to run. The coach teaches you how to organize your energy to the finish line. I wish I had somebody. I feel like I'm on stage talking in front of thousands of people right now. The coach, okay, you got it. The coach says, Gladys, you got it. But now organize that energy to your definite purpose. Okay, it's making some good sense now. Now watch this. The coach then says, Gladys, when you hear the gun fire that tells you to begin, keep your head down. Okay, keep your head down because the wind against you is going to slow you down. Don't be mad at the wind. It's just natural. But to get you an explosive start, explode from your legs. Can I say it a different way? Explode from your roots. Okay, you know, legs is powering your body like roots power a tree. Y'all ought to be grateful for your legs. Your legs have taken you everywhere you wanted them to ever go your whole life. Never complained. You've tortured your legs. You went to the gym and squatted, beat them all up. You ladies, you shave every other day. You're torturing your legs. Keep on doing that, though. I'm just saying. But, you know, you ladies, you keep on doing all that. Men, we don't care nothing about our legs. We got scabs everywhere. And your legs have taken care of you your whole life. The coach says, Gladys, explode, but keep your head down. And for your first 20 steps, don't even look up. Run your race and explode to pass up everybody else. Can you see I'm going somewhere? keep your head down and make sure you run your race, no one else's. Stay in your lane. Run your race, and you'll pass everybody up. Because the race is not against them. It's against your personal best time. And the natural things of this world, Gladys, if you stand straight up too early, it's going to slow you down. If you show how tall you are too early, it's going to slow you down. Keep your head down till you got a good foundation. And then when you get it, stand up and explode your energy towards the finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the specified knowledge of running track. Now, if that can get, did Brian just join in? You missed all your preaching material, Brian.
I missed all the church. I missed all the church.
You missed all of it. You missed all your preaching material.
Can you repeat it? Can you repeat it?
I'm gonna repeat it for you. We're talking about track right now. We're talking about specialized knowledge. And I was explaining how an amateur runner has their energy moving like so. It's everywhere. They run wild and they brag about it. But the goal to win a race is to direct your energy towards the finish line. The more you put your energy towards your definite purpose, is the more you get the goal.
Oh, come on now, sir.
Okay? Now, at the beginning of your race, coach says, Gladys, because we're using Gladys, we're speaking over her right now. Gladys, keep your head down. I don't know if you have ever seen a sprinter. A sprinter is informed, don't look left, don't look right, explode from the roots of your body, which is your legs, and then you explode forward. I left that part out. Don't explode on drama. Explode towards the finish line. I wish I had somebody.
Dude, this boy, ooh, sir.
Now, Gladys, keep your head down and make sure all your energy is directed towards the finish line. Don't look at the finish line just yet, because you're just starting off. If you look at the finish line right now, they're going to pass you up because you're not focused on you. You focus on what you can be. Focus on you first. And then when you get 20-something steps, start focusing on what you can be. Get you a foundation first.
I hear your voice, Reverend.
And then lift yourself up and know where you're going. It's making sense to you? That's it, 10%. I'm talking to her. This is how you write your book. If you're struggling to write a book, ladies and gentlemen, it's because you didn't explode towards the last chapter. I'm trying to help somebody out. If you're struggling to write your book, you didn't explode towards the last chapter. You didn't keep your head down and write your first chapter. You want to look up at everybody else's book and see how you were supposed to do it instead of doing it yourself from your own roots. Then you had your energy all wild like the wild runners. Instead of directing your energy straight towards the finish line, what's the finish line of a book? Finishing it. Every time you start writing, Chantel, zzz, zzz, you picked up your phone. That's that wild running. I wish I had somebody. Every single time you start writing, zzz, zzz, you pick up your phone again. The kid said, Mama, you picked up the kids. You let your energy go wild instead of saying, for this hour, all I'm going to do is write my book. I'm not going to do nothing else. I'm going to breathe and write my book. I'm hungry, but I don't deserve to eat until I complete this hour of constant work. That's specified knowledge. And it's coming from page 84 in your book, Brian. As knowledge is acquired, that's general knowledge, In order to turn from general knowledge, it must be organized. That's what we said number 1 was. Number 2 was put into use. Number 3 was for a definite purpose, and then through practical plans. So now that we organized our running, Gladys, now we got to put it to use. Why are we running? To win this goal. Why are we running? To beat my personal best. Why are we writing this book? To educate young teens that they don't have to succumb to the peer pressure and have sex too early. I'm speaking of a lot of y'all dreams and stuff right now. Why are we running, Michelle? So we can feed and house battered women who are now homeless. Now that you organize it, you're going to push it to a definite purpose. After you push it, you're going to put it into use. Don't organize something without actually using it. How many of y'all know these people? Okay. How many of you know these people that are talented but never use it?
Watch it, Reverend.
Every day on Instagram, they're telling you what they're about to do and never about to actually do it. On Facebook, they say things just to get likes. I have a secret that I use that my team knows. I'll give it to you all now. You should write this sentence down. Where gratification begins, work stops. Where gratification begins, work stops. Chantel, everything in my body right now is telling me the next thing I'm about to say is for you. Every single thing in my body right now. This is why people like me move. The moment I tell Gladys, I gotta repeat that. Okay, good. This is why people like me move in silence. Because the moment I tell Gladys what I'm about to do, Gladys says, "Good job, Antonio." And I receive gratification and work stops. You have 2 different hormones inside your brain. One is, what you got? Oh, okay. Not Depakote. What's the hormone? Dopamine. Dopamine is the happiness that consumes everything. That's not a good happiness. Dopamine is, Yes, dopamine is happiness that consumes. Happiness that consumes means, oh my God, this macaroni and cheese was so good. I want some more. Okay. Serotonin is happiness that says, this is so good. I embrace or conserve. Watch. This happiness is so good, I appreciate. Appreciation means to increase in value, like depreciation means to decrease in value. It's time that we actually, since words have power, let's recognize what these words actually mean when we use them. When I say I appreciate Chantel, it means, Chantel, I increase your value from the last placement of value I put on you. This is why, if you're in a relationship and your partner appreciates you, you want to do more to get that. Because they have said, Robin, I found you great, but on this moment, on this day, I find you greater than the greatness I found you. This is why successful people in relationships fall in love every day. Because every day they're increasing each other's value. And if you are in a relationship and you're not increasing the value of your partner, You scientifically leave the opposite to show up. If you're spiritual, that's the devil. If you're logical, it's depreciation. All right, rant over. Chantel, everything in my body now is getting ready to say what I need to say to you. Okay? Let me finish defining serotonin. That's, oh my God, Tempest is the greatest woman on planet Earth. I don't want anymore. Did y'all hear the difference? Let's do dopamine. Oh my God, I'm so attracted to Tempest. She turns me on. Let me go find someone else because I'm turned on. Y'all see these all the time. The celebrity. Now I'm gonna just pick on celebrity. But you know they tell you I'm sex addicts. I'm addicted to sex. That's because their happiness is in the wrong place. It's coming from the wrong part of the brain. It's dopamine. I have this happiness now. I must consume it. There's a rabbi going viral on the internet right now talking about fish love. Says, why did you eat that fish? Because I love fish. So you love it to the point where you pick it up and kill it and destroy it and end its life. And he says, wow, that's terrible. And he says, much of relationship love is fish love. We get with people and we love them so much we must destroy them. Serotonin says, I love you so much, I'll increase your value. Two different parts of the brain. Get it? All right. And if you want that, Brian, are you there, Brian? Unmute your mic so I can hear you. Who else is real?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Let me spiritualize that for you. So you
Thank
can go
you, sir.
practice.
I've been waiting.
All right. Dopamine is happy. Serotonin is joy. And joy comes from a place of preservation and appreciation.
Come on, sir. Weeping man, do it for a night.
All right, there you go. All right, there you go.
But joy.
All right. You mute your mic.
Okay, all right.
That boy got a scripture in here wherever he go, right? Okay, all right. Now, Sissy, that's 2 rants in a row. Chantel. When you are working, if you get your gratification up front, you'll never make it to the end. If you tell people what you're going to do, you'll never get to the actual doing. Because where gratification begins is where work ends. This is why people like me move in silence. I don't move in silence because I'm trying to be secretive. I understand that if you knew my end goal, I wouldn't get to my end goal because you would release the dopamine in my head and it would be orgasmic and I would stop working. Had I told y'all, I don't even know how, so should we say the good news from the day? Will we just email? Okay, she says, oh, sure. So we do what Tempest says. So I told y'all that I just signed a publishing deal. Okay, with a publisher out of me, I'm still from Galveston, a publishing deal. Had I said that over and over, y'all would have said, oh my God. Had I said, you know what, y'all, I'm gonna do a publishing deal and I'm gonna work on it. And Les Brown wrote the foreword to my book. All of y'all would have got excited. How many of y'all did not know that Les Brown wrote the foreword to my upcoming book? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But had I said, Robin, look, man, Les Brown wrote the foreword to my book. It's going down. It's beautiful. In the foreword, he calls me his business advisor and his spiritual son. It's amazing. You would have said, what? And I would have said, child, let me tell you. Okay? Let me tell you. And we would have had an hour-long conversation and I would have felt so good. And then I would have been like, man, I feel too good to sit down and write my book like that. That's going to distract me from this good feeling. I'll write my book tomorrow. How many of you have been so high on excitement and gratification that you was like, I don't even want to mess this up? Yeah, that's what I would have did. But what I decided to do, as in all successful people, as I said, forget all, it's called deferred or delayed gratification. I have all my gratification delayed because amateurs focus on gratification on the front end. The wealthy focus on gratification on the back end. Outside this little group here, the rest of the world go find out about my book on SportsCenter. That's something I say, you know, at SportsCenter, you see the top play when the game is over. Yeah, that's how they're gonna find out about Les Brown wrote my book.
Dun, 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 dun.
There it is. When the game over and millions of people are seeing it, they're gonna say, man, for real? Yes, on SportsCenter with the highlights, with someone else commentating, with me not talking. While I'm resting, sleeping, I'm gonna get some money. Deferred gratification. Now, the reason I went on that, the reason I told you that is because when you get organized knowledge and you put it into use, if you don't defer your gratification, you will not get to your definite purpose. It's in there. As knowledge is acquired, it must be organized and put into use for a definite purpose through practical plans. I am teaching you how to organize your knowledge. I'm teaching you how to have specified knowledge. If you tell everybody, how many of y'all have a bad habit, don't lie, of telling people what you're going to do before you do it? Okay, Deanna says she used to. Now, of y'all, actually get done when you do that. Did I break up?
I used to be like that.
Okay, thank you very much. So how much of y'all that when you did that, you actually finished it?
No, I didn't even attempt after I got the self-gratification.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Chantel said so-so. And I don't want no so-so harvest or a so-so life. You understand? I'm tired of so-so. If I got guardian angels, I need them to have Walmart bags behind me open to catch my blessings. I need them. And seriously, y'all know we can put a lot of stuff in Walmart bags. If you're black, you can put a lot of stuff in Walmart bags, okay? Let me talk about my culture for a moment. We can put trash in Walmart bags. We can put pens in Walmart bags, Walmart lunch in Walmart bags. Walmart bags can become a hair cover for your perm to keep it out the rack. I wish I had somebody. Walmart bags can become a coaster so you don't mess up that table, whatever you try. So much. I need all special purpose Walmart bags, my guardian angels to hold. So when I got my hands out, I get my blessings, and what I miss, I need them to catch it. I'm done with so-so. I don't want to live a partial life no more. No more partial life. And I'm willing to die for my full life. I'm willing to die for my full life. Bryant would tell you that somebody came down here and died for me so I could have life and have it more abundantly. And on Friday, he died. That's what Bryant
I couldn't unmute fast enough, sir. On Friday.
But get him out the grave there, since I put him in the grave there. Get him
But on Saturday, he slept right with but early Sunday morning. He got up.
All right.
And because he got up, you can get up. Let me stop. All
right. Definite purpose. If you don't defer your gratification, no matter how much your specialized knowledge is, if you get gratification on the front end, you will weaken your power on the back end. There's a chapter that covers this better than this. It's called the sex transmutation chapter. It's my favorite chapter of Think and Grow Rich. And let me tell you, when I read it, I needed it the most. And then through practical plans. How can you have something practical that is not written down? How many of you have a business right now and you don't have a practical plan to get to an end goal? Yep, that's most of you. You know where your business is? Your business rests inside your dopamine. The part of your brain that has the dopamine that gives you that happiness you must consume, your business, it rests right there. Because every time you think about your business, you go, man, all right, I can't wait. All right, okay, good. And the thing about dopamine, it wears out quickly. It leaves you wanting more. That's why you consume. It leaves you wanting more. Okay, let's pick some more verses. That doggone Bryant got my head in a different place. Let's pick some more sentences, Bryant, from Think and Grow Rich. That's 3 or 4 so far.
Oh, I thought you said scriptures.
Oh, Lord have mercy. No, I meant sentences. I know those are sentences too. Those are different sentences though. Okay. Think, Grow Rich, specialized knowledge. Anybody else found something that you want to highlight? You got something? Anybody else? Okay. Well, okay. I got mine. Go ahead.
There was one thing that I highlighted, and it was not all careers require university degrees. The reason I highlighted it stood out for me because it was important for me because that's something that was drilled in me all of my life. And it's something that I used to build within me the fact that because I don't have a degree, I won't go far. Because I have a degree, I can't do what I'm currently doing now. So not all careers require university degrees stood out to me because it let me know that me, Deanna Marie Mitchell, can build her career without having this because I can find my specialized knowledge everywhere else. I don't have to have a degree. I don't have to go to school. And I built my self-image. I built who I was around the fact that I never got it. I don't even have a high school diploma, but I have a very prosperous company. So that's why that stood out to me.
That's most excellent. Most excellent. That should have stood out to you. Who else? Any highlights from this chapter?
You're dropping good nuggets.
All right.
Golden.
That's John. Appreciate you, John.
Congratulations on the book.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Okay, well, if there's no more, now let's get to
Don't congratulate him.
Anybody got any quotes? All right, let's go to the last chapter. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have a quote, but I have something that was enlightened to me, and it'll piggyback off of what Deanna was just speaking on. Excuse my background, my baby is trying to help me cook, so she's excited right now. But when she was saying that she realized that not having degrees will get you to your prosperity where you want to be. And I will piggyback off that and say that you will never learn specified knowledge with a degree. Only thing degrees and educational systems teaches us is general knowledge to get us more trapped in where they want us to be. Only way we can get specified knowledge is outside the educational system and understanding that it's going to take more than generalized knowledge to get what we're trying to accomplish.
No doubt. All right. Appreciate you, sir. Now, This is you. If you're new, oh, go ahead, Jim.
All right, let me unmute. I want to piggyback, and then also first I want to say congratulations on your book.
Thank
But I
you.
also want to piggyback, not in contention with my brother, but in evolution of thought. I think, yes, in some terms with the public education system, yes, they teach you how to think or what to think. I think in college is more research-based, so you learn how to think and then learn how to articulate your thoughts without stealing others. I think in the college realm is a little bit different, especially in grad school.
Well, yeah, definitely in grad school and then PhD level, because that is where you get to specialized knowledge. Only 18 hours of undergrad is specialized knowledge, and that's when you have your concentration in whichever degree that you're picking from.
Right.
Yeah,
that what he said.
Yeah. You were spending college.
PhD right there.
What? No. Shannon's getting ready. She's gonna get her PhD before I get mine. I'm getting a PhD in money. I'm giving Shannon a soft place to land while she gonna get her PhD, and we gonna invest in some business. She gonna start with it. That's what's gonna happen now. Okay, let's. So I thought I was gonna have 30 minutes, but I got a good hour to do this, and I'm glad. I want to read for you a section. I want to tell you about the greatest business I've ever started. Let's go. Page 95 in our books. It is the second to last page. If you have another book, go all the way to the end, to the last page, maybe. You're looking for the paragraph that says, if you have the imagination and seek more profitable outlet for your services. That's the paragraph you're looking for. If you have the imagination. Let's see, is Gladys still here? Okay. Tell us what page it is on in your book, Gladys. If you have the imagination and seek a more profitable outlet. Okay, I'm gonna say something. We're gonna talk about it for the next hour. Open dialogue. Get ready, because a specialized idea right now. Let's go. Yes, I broke up. Back now? All right, sweet. I'm back now. All right, here we go. If you have the imagination and seek a more profitable outlet for your services, this suggestion may be the stimulus for which you have been searching. The idea is capable of yielding an income far greater than that of the average doctor or engineer whose education requires several years of college. If you didn't understand that, an idea will make you more money than the average doctor or someone who went to school. Next paragraph. There is no fixed price for sound ideas. Underpinning all ideas is specialized knowledge. For those who do not find riches in abundance, specialized knowledge is more abundant and more easily acquired than ideas. Because this very truth, there is a universal demand and an ever-increasing opportunity for the person capable of helping men and women sell their services advantageously. Capability means imagination, the one quality needed to combine specialized knowledge with the ideas in the form of organized plans designed to your riches. Let me break that down real quick. For those of you who are not audible learners, there's an idea is the greatest thing you want. The idea is actually greater than specialized knowledge. But underpinning all ideas is specialized knowledge. And there are many people that would spend thousands and even millions of dollars for someone who can come up with ideas. Why? Because at the very heart of an idea or someone who is capable of doing something, it keeps you at a competitive advantage that is advantageous. And most importantly, it allows one to be creative, because you can't be competitive without thinking outside the box. That's what all that meant. Last paragraph. If you have imagination, this chapter may present you with an idea sufficient to serve as the beginning of the riches you desire. Remember, the idea is the main thing. Specialized knowledge may be found just around the corner. Any corner. I'll repeat that because there is life in this last paragraph. If you have imagination, this chapter may present you with an idea sufficient to serve as the beginning of the riches you desire. Remember, the idea is the main thing. Specialized knowledge may be found around the corner. Any corner. The grass withers, the flower fades. No, I'm just joking. Okay. What I want to tell you is a lot, and we're going to talk about it. Let me tell you now, that was the text. Let me give you an illustration so I can make it applicable for you. October 2015, I was teaching a bachelor's level class in Houston Baptist University. Houston Baptist University, a prestigious school, is like number 54 school in the nation of America. I was in a truck that had no AC, stick shift, in a $3,000 suit. And no, this was a cheap suit. And a $99 suit. It wasn't an expensive suit that day. No, it was my expensive suit. It was a $3,000 Joseph F. Banks suit. And I'm sitting here driving. If you know anything about Houston, we have beltways, Texas, toll roads. I don't have no cash. So I'm on the feeder, getting stopped light after light. It's 100 degrees outside. Don't let October fool you. Let it be known that Texas stays hot until December. I'm sweating profusely.
Until January.
Until January. I'm sweating in a truck I don't own. Thinking, man, today sucked. They really treat adjunct professors terribly. And in the middle of my sweat, and I remember it was an expensive suit, because I don't know if you've ever worn an expensive suit, but they hold in heat and you can't move because they're tailored to you. Ain't no reaching over your head. You ain't doing that in no suit. And now this suit is sticking to my legs, everything, and I'm upset. And then boom, on Beltway and Beach Nut, I get an idea. You should start your own college. That makes sense. I go, wow. The idea says you should make this college almost free. Wow. And then I say, you should get your teachers to get paid for a lifetime and the students to be able to save a lifetime of money. And out of that, the Brooke Careth University was born. Y'all know nothing about it, but since it's trademark, I can now tell you.
Woo, woo, I got a degree. Woo, woo.
The Brooke Careth University is a college that I've started with my friends that you know as the ATS Business University. And what we did was I created a new system. That's it, right? I want to put that on recording. But That company today has a valuation of $250 million. Did they hear me say 250 million? Did I break up? Yeah, y'all heard me. Did they hear me? Oh, Jerome heard me. Okay. Jerome, okay.
You broke up.
Oh,
$250,000.
no,
$1 million.
no.
You broke up.
Million.
Me, yeah.
Yeah. You understand? An idea netted me 250 million. That's $250 million. Cat Williams say you should be able to kill somebody just saying the word billion. Just point in somebody's direction and go billion and somebody should fall dead. From an idea through the specialized knowledge of my degrees and teaching, I changed the lives of all my friends. From an idea. But watch it. Then as we were building this company, we ran out of funding. More specialized knowledge told me, well, create an asset to pay for the deficit. Out of that asset was born the ATSJR companies. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not catching me, I'll say it in plain English. The company that's changing your life wouldn't even exist if it was not first for the idea of starting a college. I need y'all to get this. It's the university. I'm sorry. It's the same. The university would be accredited with the same accreditation as the University of Houston. I must be missing it because y'all do know I'm a kid from the hood getting ready to start a Division I college. Can you imagine how crazy that is? That's insane. The thought of it is insane. But the universe didn't care. It was an idea. And underpinning all ideas was specialized knowledge. How to run a school and how to educate. Okay. All right. Back, forth and forth. Oh, okay. Am I back? All right. No? Am I back? Okay, I'm back. I'd seen some Aaliyah for a little bit. All right. There. Oh, okay. From that idea came specialized knowledge. Okay. Came to Brookhaven University. That started the ATS Business University. But wait a minute. Not finished. The ATS Business University then ran out of funding. And then I said, with specialized knowledge, well, you know what I should do? I should take what I know and sell that to then fund the business, which will fund the university. I became a coach. Then when I became a coach, someone hit me up from Les Brown's camp and said, hey, you're a speaker and a trainer and a coach. You should join the Les Brown Institute. Then from there, got a relationship with Les Brown. You know that story, okay? But I'm not done. Then putting my friends into this Les Brown cost us some money. Ran out of money again. And I said, you know what? I know what to do. I'm going to start helping people with their businesses. That's more money. Ladies and gentlemen, the business university wouldn't even exist if I didn't run out of money 3 times to fund one specialized idea.
Thank you.
And then from that, I said, wow, I should take what I know and start training celebrities. Because I had this relationship with Les Brown. And I do that. All of that from this last sentence. I'll read it again. We'll open up for discussion. If you have imagination, this chapter may present you with an idea sufficient to serve as what? The beginning. That was a rabbit trail I ran y'all on. As the beginning of riches you desire. Remember, the idea is the main thing. That means I can never abandon the Brooke Carrick University. It's the main thing. Specialized knowledge may be found around the corner. Did I know how to start a school? Nope. Did getting beat up starting this accredited university make it very easy to have a well-functioning ATS business university? We get very little complaints here. You get onboarded and then 3 mentor calls because we learn from a lot of mistakes from other people. You understand, okay? Understand that from a hot truck I did not own, very upset about how my day went and how I am better than sitting here sweating. All this potential, all this me, from that poverty pain came my idea that was the beginning of riches. Is at this moment, I will ask, who is in poverty's pain? And how bad do you want your riches? That's a word for somebody. Let's talk about it for the next 52 minutes. Say what's ever on your heart. No matter what you say, it's about specialized knowledge. Anybody? Okay, I know how to make your...
Hello. Oh my gosh, my computer's acting crazy. Hello?
Okay, we got you. Go ahead.
Okay, so I did hop on the call a little late, but something you said kind of resonated with me. I kind of had the similar to what you had. A couple of days ago, I was frustrated because I looked on somebody's page. I was in a group I was in, and they had someone in my area. I told Shannon about this. I think I texted her, and I was a little frustrated because I was like, all this work I'm doing, and she just come out the blue with her etiquette stuff, and all these people just hopping on her, on her side. And that just kind of frustrated me automatically. And of course, Shannon told me to keep moving forward. And that always sticks in my head, is to always move forward, no matter what you're going through. And then right after that, the very next day, I end up at an event with Antonio and Deanna and all these other great people in there. And I had a sit down with the president at the end, and he offered me, he knows my situation. I told him, and he offered for me to be in his area, if that makes, in his circle, if I can put it like that. And he has also told me that any event he has, if he said go to it, for me to go to them. He also told me for me to continue to be patient. And he's like, Talisha, do you know how many millionaires that were sitting in this room? And that didn't cross my mind. I wasn't looking at the work that was sitting in that room. But he said he counted a good $660 million sitting in that room. So I was just like, whoa, that didn't cross my mind. He said, so you continue to come to these meetings? And he said, you can come in here for free every time as my guest. So right there, I was complaining for a moment the day before and realized what her blessing was is not the blessing God wanted to take me at. He has another path for me. And I have got in touch with Amanda Edwards, and she got back in touch with me today. So a lot of great things are about to come my way, and I'm just grateful. I need to learn to stop complaining and just see where God's trying to take me.
That's right. There cannot be prosperity in a position of complaint. And everything is you already have. It's not on the way. but I understand that we use limited words, but you already have it. Just stay still and allow your mind to receive it, because you are going somewhere fantastic. I promise you. I told Tempest, actually, I don't even want to say it. You remember what I said about her? What I said, what I can do with her? I'm gonna let Tempest say it, the best of her memory, so you can understand that I actually said it.
Antonio told me maybe like 3 hours ago that you have something in you and you're coachable, and he can take you to places that you haven't even imagined. He saw you sitting at the table and he saw your future, and he can get you further where you thought you would have been.
I actually said that about 3 hours ago.
Believe that. Believe it.
That's it. The man she's talking about is a good friend of mine. We'll be together Friday. He is the president of that chamber. That's why he had the authority to say you can come in for free. He is a fantastic person and has become a really good friend of mine. And his chamber now will basically, it's now partnered with the ATS Business University, because I'm no fool. I use
EGE.
good friends. And we'll be Friday working on another business together. He's a good man. And Talisha, complaining or not, attracted a powerful person that has a master's in the president of a Houston Black chamber with over 1,700 businesses in it. Whatever you complain about, you got some power in you that attracted a relationship with someone that is clearly a divine connection. Can we clap for Talisha? Good job. I'm proud of you. Good job.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Very welcome. All right. Who else got something? Got something. I said a whole lot, and it was landmine nuggets everywhere. Everywhere. Go ahead. Who got it?
I think everyone away with your meteors there.
Go ahead. Oh.
Yeah. No, I love what you said. And I think that you interpret the book quite differently than most, but probably more on target with where it should be interpreted.
Sure appreciate you. Yeah, we've been doing this for, I don't know, about 8 weeks now, 2 weeks per chapter. And I've been doing this the whole time, definitely in a different way. It's because I've read this book since 2008. And I started off twice a year, but I moved to, I've read this book, this year maybe, I don't know, maybe 200 times. I actually told my team, until we had a financial goal we were trying to reach, I actually bought the audio book finally, and I just listened to it all day, and I wouldn't listen to anything else. I listened to it. It's 8 hours or something on the audio version or something like that. I listened to it from the moment I got up. I fell asleep on it. I memorized the chapter I was on because I knew I was going to fall asleep. Woke up, went back to that chapter just over and over and over and over. This book is responsible for every bit of my success. And I know people say that, and they deserve to say that. But I've been applying the principles of this book since the first time I've read it. And every time I read it, it's like the first time, because I always catch something that my awareness wouldn't allow me to catch at the time I read it.
Well, because you weren't ready to see it then.
That's
you
right.
couldn't do anything.
That's absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Appreciate you. Who else? It's plenty to say. We got plenty of time.
Appreciate you.
Oh, you're very welcome. We got, and congratulations on you and John being here. We're gonna train the crap out of you. That's for sure. Bring
it.
Yeah, I know. Definitely. Okay. Who else? We got 44 minutes. Let's go. Okay, BJ Fletcher, go ahead. Then we get Robin next. I saw your hand go up, Robin. I saw it.
Well, I'm just getting off work, so I'm just tuning in. Can I get a summary of what I missed thus far, if you don't mind? If everybody else,
Absolutely. I give you a 30-second summary, which I'll cover everything. Specialized knowledge is everything you need, but you have to direct it into a purpose. You have to organize it, put it into use, direct it into a purpose, and have a practical plan for it. Not only that, but everything is about an idea. And ideas pay more than specialized knowledge. An idea pays more than the average doctor. And people would pay for ideas and the people who have ideas. But once you get that idea, you must put specialized knowledge on it, organize it, put it into use, develop a practical plan for the idea, that invisible idea, to be visible in this physical world. Then I told a story about how one of my ideas has my net worth at the least of $250 million because I put it into use, I organized it, I developed a practical plan to get it done. Summary, done. Summary level expert.
Appreciate you.
So you got something to say? Oh, you just want the summary?
Well, I wanted the summary, and as you were speaking, I read the chapter 2, and then I'm thinking about my ideas that I'm organizing with my expert knowledge, and I'm just trying to get arms out to see how I can fit all these different people who are a part of my mastermind and with this expert knowledge, and just organize them in the perfect way.
Good. Well, keep listening, because I'm sure an idea or comment will come out, and you're more than welcome to participate in a discussion. Anybody, even if you haven't read. Robin?
Okay.
Thank you, BJ.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So one of the last calls that I was on, I had asked a question about me kind of repeating the same type of characteristics of people, of certain types of people. Why do I keep bumping into them? So Brian had you went between, I think it was between you and Brian. It was a call that Brian was hosting, and he was very clear on it. But then tonight, when you talked about the dopamine, and so what I find in myself is my dopamine is that I get real excited about a Facebook post that I'm getting ready to post, or we've had conversations in the salon. It's like, sounds really good. And I'm like, oh, I should post this. And then I'm ready to go live. And then a client might be like, I don't want to be on your live with you. And I'm like, but this is really good content. And we're sitting here talking about how everybody needs to know about this. So let's post it. And then they're like, no, let's stop. So then I'm like, okay, well, let me try to just record this so I can listen to it later, get the dopamine again so that I can do the video on a Facebook Live. So, but what I found was that what I have in common with people that aren't necessarily progressing is, can y'all still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is that it's the dopamine factor, is that we all have just the whole thing of, having just that spark, and then it goes out, and then we run. So we're it's kind of like we're tagging each other, and we're like, oh, let me hear your dopamine, and we keep going around the circle. So what I found is that I find myself in a circle of people who have their sparks of dopamine that go off, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I want to be a part of that dopamine. So now, since I know that and I have recognition of that, thank you, I can now see the groups that I'm a part of and be like, no, I don't want the dopamine groups. I don't need, those aren't the groups that are going to get me to the long term of what they're good for the energy, just the moment, but to need something that's going to carry me long term after that, because like I said, I find myself being ready for a Facebook post, but then once I don't do it, it's gone. The energy is gone. But then I'll go back in and I'm like, okay, I want to do the post, but the energy is gone and I don't know how to restart the conversations for the Facebook Live post. So, or is it, so with
No, I got
that,
you.
the question is there a way?
Oh yeah, I got you. Oh, I put this. Oh, I got you. I so got you. Okay, you got it. Now, your real problem is not your actual question. I'll address your real problem, but let me address your actual question. If I was a novice, I would tell you, well, yeah, there's a way. What you have to do is get it back, stay in the moment, or I would tell you something similar to, you know what, I don't even know how to act like a novice, okay? Let me tell you what the real answer is. The real answer is the universe likes speed, okay? And what you keep doing is letting your clients be speed bumps. Now let's go deeper. I have a rule in my office, or offices in this case, because I have two, that I refuse to let an idea sit. A camera crew follows me, and cameras always rolling when I'm in the office. You don't even think you about to come in my office or around me in public and not be on camera. That ain't the way it works.
You better be cute when you go around him.
Or don't come around.
Yes.
I had Talisha all on camera yesterday. She better be glad I wasn't shooting video. She better be glad.
Actually, I think you do got a video posted, and the people who playing better of her.
You see what I'm saying? Look here. Ain't nobody playing. I keep cameras at all times. Why? Because I understood, Robin, that in my field, I need to capture and hold attention. I also understood that I kept saying a lot of brilliant things that no one ever heard unless I was talking to the one person I was talking to.
Right.
So then I would say, man, what's the problem? Oh, I know what the problem is. The universe likes speed. And when I get an inspired idea, my only job is to move forward right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or as Napoleon, all right, there we go. Came back. Did I come back? All right. My job when I get an inspired idea is to move forward right now. Or as I read, put into use. That was the second one. Organize it, put it into use. Now watch how you broke the system. You got the idea and you organize it in your head. Ooh, girl, ooh, okay. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you real quick. And you went in your head and said, okay, I'm gonna do this on live video. I'm doing, okay, I got it. I'm gonna talk about this. Okay, I got enough of this. Girl, listen, I got an idea for a video. Let's go live. And your speed bump said, nope, wait a minute. And then you said, let me not put this idea into use. And the universe literally said, okay, Robin, I desire to be alive. I'm Gaia. I'm God. I desire to be alive. Since I cannot live in you, I'll float to someone else and live in them. This is why you would see on your timeline, man, I was just finna talk about that. Yeah, you was. But you didn't move fast enough. And since anything living will fight to keep living, the universe says, I'll go live in Shannon. Shannon will go live. I got it. I'm on it. You understand what I'm saying? That's your real problem.
Yeah, that's right on. One of the things that I did, well, that I haven't actually had a chance to do it yet because it hasn't sparked me. But I have let my clients know that do come in. Look, if we having great conversation, and I know it can be posted, like this is good for the post. I'm building a brand. And I need you to be ready to be raw and naked for me for the moment. I'm not going to expose you personally, but for the brand of the business, this is what I'm doing. So be ready. That's what I tell them. Like, just be ready for the moment for me, and that's it. And I've been surprised how many people have. I just had that 2 people who kind of was a little leery, but I haven't had them revisit in the salon again since then. This will be their week that they're coming in. So I'll be able to, you know, give them my new protocol of what's going on in the salon, because I don't want that to happen again.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I just went through that today with one of my new girls that's working with me in the salon, and was like, look, we're going to be videotaping, we're going to be taking pictures, and so I need you to have my camera ready, and there's going to be times when I'm going to have the camera ready, just taking pictures of what you're doing, or video footage or whatever, so that we can post it and put it up and just, you know, brand, like, you know, start branding, just make it happen.
You better get you some tripods if they don't want to do it. Deanna, come over here and hand me that microphone real quick. I got, what kind of mics you want? I got stationary mics. I got, looking, ain't nobody playing.
Whatever you ready to send me, look.
Look, I'm finna show you the picture of this wonderful mic that Jim made me get. Unmute your mic, Jim. Jim made me get this mic. Nah, just give me the one Jim made me get. I'm about to go buy another one. Remember this is, I'll show you. This is what Jim make me use. It's fantastic. Okay. Jim, tell him about it. Can y'all see that? I'm giving you the game. I'm giving you. Imagine if Joel Osteen said, hey, this is what I use. Y'all write it down real fast. Gary Vee said, this is what I use. I'm giving you, y'all must have won. It sure does. It says, okay. It says Zoom F1 field recorder. Okay. It ain't cheap. It's like $197 or something. He made me spend some money for it. This is what it does.
Put it back up again.
Huh? Oh, put it back up again. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Picture. I didn't even put it sideways, and you get.
That's my partner being proactive. Go ahead on, partner.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Y'all see it? I'm giving it to you. I'm teaching you how to. Okay, you know what? I have a wildly successful vlog, and I am a content creator. I put something on YouTube every day. Content creator. Now watch this here. When you see me, I'm gonna have this mic on. If not, I'll just record without the mic. I don't give no zeros of them. I almost said it. I'm not gonna let you speed bump me into poverty. Let me try to tell you something. If I got to leave New York and go to Florida, I'm not listening to your advice. This is what I got to do. I answer to me. And the only person I need to be better than is the old me, because that's the only person that exists. The only person I'm in competition with is the old me. Why? Let's do scientific method. Because when you're doing the scientific method and you're comparing one thing next to the other, what happens is you must have variables and constants. But who has my background? Which one of y'all has the same background that I have? Nobody. Who had the same mama I had? Nobody. Nobody. Who had the same nappy hair I had? The same teeth I had? Same vision. I am the closest thing to me. I can't compare myself to nobody else, but I can compare myself to me. There's a word for that. When it's a control. I am the best control in my experiment. The control is the one thing that you use to level it against, because it won't change. I am the one control. I am the greatest control against me. Shannon is the best control against Shannon. Jerome is the best control against Jerome. Ain't nobody grew up like Jerome but Jerome. So if I'm gonna actually get an accurate test of how strong I am, Why in the hell am I going over and looking at Grace? The fastest way to be depressed is to compare yourself to other people.
Keep your head down.
Keep your head down and run your race and direct your energy towards the finish line. I mean, think about that for a moment. I am the best control. John's on the call. There is not another John but John. The only person you compete against is the old you. It's the greatest control there is. And I'm not fit to let old me speed bump me into poverty, and I doggone sure ain't fit to let somebody outside of me speed bump me into poverty. We recording. Now you fix your hair or you get off camera. But either way, and I'm slick with it too. I'll hurry up and hit record. We already recorded. I can't wait for you to cry on camera. I'm exploiting. I'm like Oprah. I want the Oprah moment.
Yeah, you exposed me yesterday. You did that to me.
I sure did.
I tried to get off too.
You better be lucky how you put it on YouTube. Sure did.
I ain't scared of you.
Look, Robin, the only instances that we don't put something up, we put all vulnerabilities up. There was an instance with one of our members here was talking about something that personally happened at home, and we didn't put that up. We're not trying to embarrass nobody. We're not for this. Oh, when me and Robin got into an argument and she slapped me, we're not gonna put that up. Okay, we ain't putting that up. You understand? But if you cuss, it's going up. Ain't nobody what? I'm gonna just tell you, watch the language in this one. You understand what I'm saying? What we gonna do is go to prosperity. You understand? You want to go to prosperity and make that work. Everybody understand? That's for you. Make that work. Universe like speed. You had your organized thoughts and you broke step 2. You never put them into use. Ladies and gentlemen, don't break step 2. Napoleon Hill wrote it down for y'all. He told you how to get specialized knowledge. He told you to make money. He said, organize your thoughts. That's step 1. Step 2. Okay, I froze. Boom, back again. He said, organize your thoughts. Step 1. Put them into use. Step 2. Some of y'all are forgetting the step 2 of your life. And when you don't put your organized thoughts into use, by default, you're putting poverty into use. By default, I'll prove it. If the bottle is not full, by default, the bottle has emptiness in it. There is no other option. If it's not filled with liquid, it is now filled with some sort of gas. And you call the gas empty. All right. Who else? Let's go. I would love to hear for some people who've taken some risk. I'll call you out. Jerome, Chantel, Michael Tate.
I ain't scared. Yesterday was very, very interesting because I was actually on 4 business calls yesterday, and the last one was with my accountability partner. And we were talking, and I said to Shannon, I says, I've been really thinking a lot about everything that's coming at us and that's going on. And I said, what I found is very interesting is I don't feel overwhelmed, which means that everything that is before me, I can handle, I can deal with. And I got a lot of responsibility. Now, 4 months ago, before I was part of ATS, I might have went like, oh, whatever. But I say I can feel that. And I say, and that's different than before. I said, you know what I want to do? I said, I want to take everything that's going on right now, and I say, and I want to lay it out. I want to write it down, organize it. put it down, and see how as I do one thing or another thing, how I can incorporate and get it done instead of focusing, because a lot of times my brain is only focused on maybe 3 or 4 things at that time. When there are 10, maybe 15 other things that are impacting, put it all down, look at it, process it, so you can determine what to do and how to do whatever, mean a multitask. I did that today, and all of a sudden I went, whoa, Jerome, your speaker business has to be on your platform, which is your website. She hasn't finished your website, but she's giving you information that she needs for your website that you haven't given her. And the books that you want to get out there and pay for that people buy, you haven't have a launch date. And Bob, I went, whoa, 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 where's all this coming from? And I smiled, because that would have never happened if I hadn't put that information down. And I haven't finished writing yet. I've just begun that today, and I've got more to write. And I'm like, oh my, and then you come on tonight and saying the same thing that I did. I'm like, and I'm sitting going, because I got Think and Go Rich from years ago. I don't know where it's at, but I've been on these calls every now and then, and I wrote down, I got to order Think and Go Rich. I got to do that. But I just wanted to share that blew me away, to be talking about it last night, me and Shannon agreeing, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then come on tonight, and I went, I was saying that last night, and he's absolutely correct, because that's exactly what I did. And all these ideas were just coming at me. I said, wow, okay, Ron, blah, 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 which means I got to add to the list, which is okay. We're going to get it done. Oh, we're going to get it done.
That's it. You're right.
That's what I wanted to say.
That's it. Chantel, tell us something about what you learned tonight through your experience. You've recently taken the biggest risk of everybody. You have something to say, and you say it well.
Well, as I'm sitting here, I could feel the old me not trying to receive this. And I know that there's power in that, because my awareness is receiving it. I understand exactly what is being told to me and what is being given to me right now. And when you speak about organizing and then putting it to use, I think of all that I have organized. And I think of today and where I've been at today. Because on the call yesterday, I had mentioned some things that I have done. And today, when you talk about putting them to use, that definitely is where the old me is like, that's too much power in that. It's too much power in that. And I know that, like I said, I know that there's power in that. And it's crazy, because I could just feel myself like trying to be resistant of this value right here. And it's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. And today it was a different day. It was one of those days, I'm in the battle of my head. And it's like, you have power when you can fight the battle.
Right.
That's within here. And it's this call is expanding my mind so much that it's silencing me a bit right now.
Yeah.
And it's like I have to tell myself, you're doing the work, you're doing the work, but there's not I'm taking butt out of that. You're doing the work, and there's so much more for you out there for you to do that one little extra step, that one thing that instead of putting on a Netflix and just continuing to listen through, there's so much power in just pushing through. I don't know what it is you said. You said something about earlier. I can't even remember, because my mind is trying to fight off everything
You sound like our staff. That's all right. We all.
But you said something where it was like, oh yeah, well, the speed bumps, period. And it's just those different things that pop up, and it's like, we know it, and the power in that. It's like, am I afraid of the power that I have? Or like, this potential, what you have, and then you're talking about ideas tonight. Oh my goodness, can nobody on this call deny the ideas that you have in your head? And to hear hear from you, hear from the book, hear from many successful people, it's like you want to just be like, you want to think to yourself like, damn, I got this. I know this. The ideas are so clear. And then the next day comes and you're not putting that stuff to use. And it's like, why? It's like, why? Yeah. So this is a wonderful call, and it's quiet in me, but it's open in my mind. I know that. Yeah.
I love when you talk.
Chantel, your authenticity heals people. And that's what it did for me last night. So keep on being honest with us and keep on being honest with yourself. It ministers.
Woo.
Yeah, I want to go on piggyback on that. When I've been watching her, like skimming through and seeing everybody's faces, but she really stuck out today. And I'm like, she has a stillness in her. And I'm receiving her stillness within that. And I'm just like, I could just feel it. I just want to let you know, like, I felt your energy just watching how you was so in tune into tonight's call, and how you were receiving, like just receiving it, but just having that stillness. I just want, receive it. It's okay.
Right.
Yeah. You want to say something? Who else wants to say something towards Chantel? It's just so. Anybody?
Chantel. That resistance you have, it's my 3rd year. Year 1, I ain't take nothing in. Year 2, I ain't take nothing in. It's my 3rd year. I said, you know what? I'm gonna take it in. But that auto suggestion said, girl, we've been doing this for 3 years. Girl, ain't nothing gonna change. You ain't gonna take this in. I don't care what you say. And that resistance you talking about, oh, I still got it. And it still happens, and I have to fight it off just like you do. Today was a little rough for me towards the end of the day. And it still is, and I got to change my mindset, because after this call, I got to get back to work. I got some things to do. And right now, what we're talking about, he was asking, hey, we got any, who wants to say something about this last paragraph? I'm like, man, I don't even understand what you just said. But that's me. That's me, because my auto suggestion says we're good at numbers and not words. And so I have to go back and reread and say, hey, open up your brain, read what it says, and just understand. You're not dumb, just understand what it says and see if you have something to say. So I have been where you are with the resistance. Fight it off, tell auto suggestion, thank you for sharing, but we're gonna get this thing done.
Come on, who else wants, thank you, Grace. Who else wants to say something in response to what Chantel said? The energy lies here. Yeah.
I have something.
PJ Fletcher, then Deanna Mitchell.
All right. What I got to say is more so to all the responses to what Chantel said, and I want to talk about the limbic system. We all have an open loop and a limbic system, so it's basically like we're telepathic with each other. That's why the importance of mastermind groups are so important, because sometimes we can pick up stuff from other people just by being around them. In the open loop system that we have and the way our brains work, and it's so amazing how, when Chantel talk, how people was able to just feel her energy and everything like that miles away. You know, Robin was up there in that part of the world right there in Chantel's in Florida, and then I saw how Jerome was talking about now he's a part of this ATS business group. He's able to do this so much more than he was before. And this, you know, I just wanted to say that this is very important. Us coming together, and what you're doing, Antonio, is great. And that what makes the mastermind group so much more. You know, he talks about it, but then saying looking into the science behind it, it's so real and so important. And I almost feel like food is like, how did I even neglect this before? It's like so important. But that's my little spiel about the limbic system and the open loop and the telepathic power we have to encourage and help each other. Yeah. So that's that. But
No,
thank you, Chantel, for what you do, because we need those. We need your psychic powers.
he's right. He's right. He has his degrees in this field too, by the way, you can tell. Okay, definitely tell. Cool. Thank you, BJ Fletcher. Appreciate you. D. Marie.
Yeah, let me fix your microphone.
First, Chantel, I'm grateful for you because you said everything that I can't say to myself. You were able to realize that, hey, you got all this stuff organized, but there's something in you resisting to a point where you're not putting it into action. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to Antonio this evening, and when he was telling the story about the track runner, the resistance that you're getting tonight, I've been giving him since I met him and since he started mentoring me. He was the one who actually, instead of just saying, girl, you running good, just keep me, oh, you look good while you're running. He took me and he said, no, slow down. Let me show you the form. Let me show you the appropriate running form. I want to listen to him because I knew my form was perfect. You can't tell me nothing about my form. I got it going on. I've been told this for the past 14 years. You can't tell me my form is wrong. What you talking about? I got this. You do you. I got this part. My resistance was so strong. And when he said what he said about your coach takes you and shows you the appropriate form, they take what you already have and they help you shape it and mold it to give you the perfect form. I had to sit here and I appreciate him because him slowing down for me to help me slow down, to speed me up, got me to where I am. I didn't realize that at first. I resisted every step of the way. My company could have been prosperous when I first met him, but no, I knew what I wanted. I knew what I had. I knew what my form was perfect. You can't tell me about my form. I've been doing this form for the past umpteen years before I even met you. How you gonna tell me? Anyone dealing with resistance, I beg you, just take a moment and think about it. What you've been doing all this time, has that worked? And then also something he said this evening stuck out to me when he kept saying, put your head down and you just run. And as it was, keep your head down and run your race. Stay in your lane. I didn't say anything to anybody for like the last week or 2 weeks or so now. I've just been having this thought in my head, just keep your head down and just go. Keep your head down. And he just confirmed for me that whatever's been telling me that I have not been listening to, that I've been resisting, he just confirmed for me that no, that's what you should be doing. I'm grateful for your transparency because you made me be transparent to myself. So now I know what I need to do. Now I know where I need to go. And now I know I need to keep listening to my coach telling me how to perfect my form so I can win my race. So thank you very much for your transparency.
Oh, yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, beautiful. Anybody else want to respond to Chantel? Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead, Michael Tate.
can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir, King.
Hey, all right, all right. What's good, King and Queens? You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily. Well, I do want to just again highlight Chantel. I mean, obviously, it's invigorating and inspirational for the sister, you know, to tap into our higher self, man, and really move on faith. And she really embodies and exemplified what a lot of people should be doing, say they want to do, but don't do. So for the sister to go ahead and demonstrate that, that's great. Um, one of the things I wanted to comment, it was funny, we had a call yesterday, and one of the things that I've been doing is just really being more aware of the small things. If y'all can recall watching Men in Black, they was looking for the galaxy, and they ended up finding the galaxy subtly around the cat's neck, right? So the galaxy that we have been always taught that it was massive, enormous, was really around us the whole time. And that's kind of the energy that I get when I'm around you guys, is that each time we communicate, a little bit more of greatness comes out of all of us, right? So I simultaneously, while we was on the call, I seen a caterpillar come across my path. And I'm goofy to a point, or I'm a weirdo to a point, that I believe the universe is always talking, and it doesn't always talk audibly. So, you know, I go and I research the caterpillar real quick, because I'm like, okay, this is a spiritual guide coming to tell me something, right? So it's talking without talking. So I look at the caterpillar, and it confirmed what you was talking about, Antonio. Family, I don't know if y'all realize, it takes 2 to 4 weeks for a caterpillar to turn into a butterfly. But until then, it doesn't look the best. It's kind of like the runner keeping his head down. It's getting ready and preparing for greatness. And that's kind of how I see a lot of people. We all on different journeys. We have different times and phases in our professional development, our spiritual ascension, and our businesses. But all of us are caterpillar, and at some point will manifest into this beautiful butterfly and receive the harvest and prosperity and abundance that we're rightfully entitled to.
Well, I sure love when you talk, man. I tell you, it's some profound people in this university. I am so grateful. We are the poop emoji. Let me just tell y'all right now, this university is on fire. Really is on fire. I'm grateful. Who else among you?
Can I say something to Robin?
Sure can.
Is she still on?
Yeah, Robin and Chantel, they both are the ones talking.
Okay. Robin, like he was saying about the caterpillars and the butterflies, don't forget when you're hanging at the shop, butterflies don't hang out with caterpillars. And that's out of love. That's out of love from our conversation at LBU. Out of love.
Yes. I gotta say this because when he talked about the caterpillar, look, y'all see her rolling my hair for the night. Is that for the last 2 years, well, 2 years prior, before the last 2 years, I've seen a lot of caterpillars. And I was like, okay, what's all these caterpillars around my doorway of the salon? Like, I mean, they were be in their cocoons, like 10 of them. And I'm like, this is gross. Like, why are they there? But I was like, don't interrupt them. They're changing. They're metamorphing. You know, they're going through their metamorphosis. So I'm like, okay. But then here I am, 2 years later, for the past 2 years, I've been seeing a lot of butterflies. And I'm like, what is, all I can do is ask is, what is this?
I can tell you what it is.
And
Keep
so,
going.
That's where it's like, when Chantel is like getting quiet in herself. Yeah, I'm receiving right now. Go ahead.
You are trying to bloom in a place you have outgrown.
Exactly.
But I told you that in April when you brought it up.
and I thought that I wasn't gonna be, and I realized when Chantel was talking about the resistance, I was like, you know what? When I first met Antonio live, I didn't think I noticed I said I was in resistance. I was like, I know I'm resisting you. I know I'm fighting for something that's not serving me. And I went home, and on my drive home was like, you have to stop fighting for what doesn't serve you. How do you stop fighting for what doesn't serve you? That was like my whole question. Even up until recently when I talked to Brian and we talked about it again, And he gave me some words of wisdom yesterday, and I was like, okay, Robin, you literally text to the group like, hey, when do these calls happen so you won't miss them? Because evidently you've been fighting, and if you really wanted to be on these calls, you would make sure that you are on them regardless hook or crook. And so now that I know that, I'm like, okay, when these calls are recorded, I'm not gonna be able to get it back. So you gotta be there or you're gonna miss it. And I'm like, you got this opportunity with not for free, but you know, I was offered the opportunity, and the whole year is gonna go up, and you're gonna sit back and be like, yeah, I was a part of that, but you didn't do nothing with it. Like, don't do that to yourself. If you want it, go get it. So yeah, I'm pushing.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Good job, Brian, for the coaching. Jim, let me let you say something. Try to keep it a little short because we're gonna run over a little bit of time, but you good though.
Most righteous. All right. Thank you for receiving me. Hello, everybody. I'm currently driving home, but I just want to tell you, as a caterpillar that's turning into a butterfly, it's important to be around people who are going to help you stretch your way out that cocoon. And what I didn't notice was, especially today, the universe taught me that one thing: people are talking. And people will talk about you behind your back, which is okay, because haters will let you know what season it is. And when your haters start talking, that's telling you that the universe is about to elevate you. Because you can't get to a higher level elevation without some sacrifice, without some kind of fight. So, without further ado, you know, speaking on the butterflies, there's something that the universe is telling me that as I'm changing, as my awareness is getting higher, there's certain things I'm going to have to cast off. And fear is one of those things. So, with that being said, fear is going to leave, but only knowledge can break apart that fear. And thank you again for all y'all help. I want to keep it short, but yeah, go ahead.
No, you did great. I mean, if you got something else to say and that's going to add value, you're more than welcome. I don't want to limit your value.
Oh, no, it's okay. A friend of mine, that's the other thing I was going to say. Only true friends will tell you the things only true friends will tell you what you need to do in order to grow and to elevate. Because if they don't tell you anything to help you grow or elevate, then you don't need to keep them when you elevate. And so with that being said, I know I'm moving to a millionaire status because I know who to keep and not. Because once you get higher up the mountain, it gets a little bit tighter. So you can't afford to have all these people. And then also I'm learning that I can't speak my mind all the time. Sometimes I just got to go with the flow and keep what in my mind to myself. So that's about it for me.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Outstanding. Appreciate you. Well, I'll have the last word, and we won't actually have to go over time unless someone has something burning in you that you wanted to say in response to Chantel or Robin. All right. Chantel, I'm going to say this to you. It's for you, but everybody can learn from it. Jerome said your authenticity is amazing. He said it differently, but that's basically what it was. He's right. Chantel, everybody who matters, they like me. I'm authentic. No, I froze again? Okay. Am I back? Forth and forth. Back. Forth. Oh, I'm sorry. It really is a song. Oh, okay. All right. Chantel. Okay, see that right there is what I was saying. I just broke up. People who matter, they like me because I'm authentic. I'm genuine. I've made more of my money, more of my big hires have been because I'm genuine. And you have that. It's going to make you very successful. Very. In a world full of fake people, We'll teach you how to be disingenuine. We'll teach you how to be fake. We teach empathetic people to be mean. Mean people to have tactical empathy. Genuine people always win because the universe never sleeps. Everybody gets what they deserve, good or bad. Whatever you put in the ground, you'll hold in your hand. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Appreciate you, John, and Nicole, if they're still on. Thank you, everybody. Chantel, keep doing a great job. Robin, keep doing yoga and your hair during the calls. All right, Gladys in the Bahamas, be safe with that storm out there.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Thank y'all.
Okay, take care.
Love
Bye-bye.
you guys.
All right, everybody. Good job, Felicia.